We're here with Coach Jesse Scott following Wheaton's victory against University of Northwestern on Saturday at McCully Stadium. Coach Scott, your team got a great victory today in the overall 56-0 win against the Eagles. Let's talk first about the offensive side of the ball. Really dominant in many facets of the game, but offensively, really balanced attack for you guys.
Yeah, first of all, just a great day for Wheaton football. Incredible to be back out here again on McCully Field after such a long hiatus. Our guys have invested a ton to be at this point where they're able to compete in a game that counts with the scoreboard on and it matters. So I want to give my hat off to our team today. We've been talking a lot over the course of the last several weeks about playing with relentless effort on every snap, and I think you saw that out on the field. Obviously, there's plenty of things that we can get better at, but we're pleased with that. So from an offensive perspective, we were pleased with the performance. I think we started off by scoring on our first 3 drives. The defensive score in the first half was huge on their first possession of the game, the pick 6 by Caleb Egbert. But pleased with having a balanced attack. When we go into a game plan, we're not necessarily interested in trying to be 50-50 or anything. We want to attack and we want to push the ball down the field. And if that's going to happen on the ground or through the air, we could care less, but we want to score points and be successful in that sense.
Defensively, you shut out Northwestern, and everyone that follows your team knows that your front seven is as good as anybody, but just overall a really good effort by the entire defense today.
Yeah, my hat's off to our players on the defensive side of the football. They came out just primed to dominate and control the line of scrimmage from, again, the first snap. And my hat's off to our defensive staff as well for putting together a great game plan that put our kids in a position to be successful. And then they took it upon themselves to go out and do it. And that's the most important part of any game plan, when there's the ownership of the players, the belief by the players that we're going to be in positions to make plays. And if I do my job, we're going to win. And that was huge. And that was evident today.
It's been a long run. January of 2020, you were named the head coach, and everybody knows what's happened in all that time, but we finally get our first game in. What does this mean to you, Coach?
Yeah, it's a great question, and honestly, Brett, I don't know that I've processed through all of that at this point. I've challenged our team with 4 things through the course of this year. The first of those is to not root their identity in what happens on this field, but to root their identity in their relationship with Jesus. The second is to embrace every facet of Wheaton football. The third of those things is to focus on process, not on outcome. And the last is to trust that God is sovereign. And when I challenge our team with those things, I challenge myself with those. When we talk about trusting that God's sovereign, it's a challenge for me to do exactly the same thing. So he's been sovereign over the course of the last 18 months. We are obviously very happy to be back out here doing this. Having win number 1 under the belt is awesome. We're excited. We're 1-0. We're exactly where we want to be at this point in time, and we're excited to be hosting Naperville for the Little Brass Bell here in 2 weeks.